Oh my God. What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast. And man, we just decided, you know what? We're going to go live. We're going to do it, man, for our Pick'em show. We're going to do it live. We normally will record it and get it out to you that next morning, but we doing it, man. G, how you doing tonight, man?
Man, I was sitting here listening to y'all talk about old school music and all whatever else. And let me hit some of them youngsters out there. You need to go check out the group called Switch, because they was cold-blooded back in the 70s, man. Cold-blooded. Check out Switch, man. Switch.
Cold. Yeah. We educate you. We can educate you. One day, you might want to sit here and listen to the know-it-alls, because we are the know-it-alls, the know-it-all. Hey, man, Tate, what's good with you, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm doing good, man. What's up with y'all?
Man, work week. I'm telling you, man. Listen, we are glad that you are here with us, man. It is the end of the end, man. It's divisional playoff round this weekend, man. And we just like to invite you guys, man. If you're rocking with us, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, so that when we go live, you will definitely be there to get those notifications. That bell will be there, man, and you will be there to rock with us, man. I'm telling you, I'm excited for this weekend. Man, I'm just excited to talk about these scores. Sean is still ahead. Big G is still ahead on the pick'em. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's still winning. I feel like, just kind of fudging the numbers some type of way to get him up out of here.
No.
I want to get him up out of here. Because I tell you what, this brother wins the belt, you guys. I'm telling you, we're going to have to hear about it 365 days till we make it back here. But, hey, man, we're going to get this started, man. But before we do, let's get into this. I'm excited, man, because like I said, this weekend, man, we're getting a little bit closer, and we're inching a little bit closer to the Super Bowl, man. It's been some really great games thus far, as far as the playoffs is concerned. And man, there's been some things that I saw that I couldn't believe that I saw, and then there's some things that I saw that's like, yeah, that's pretty much right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. We're going to get into it, and we're going to just jump into it. But first, man, Tate, what are our records? Do you got our records right now?
Mod 176, 98, and 2. Big G 181, 93, and 2. Tate 178, 96, and 2. Oof. So, Ma, you 5 games back at G. I'm 3 games back at G.
God dang it. Rough weekend, man. It's a rough weekend, man.
Hey, man, all you got to do is pick all the underdogs and you catch up. If the plans to catch up, you got to make calculated moves this week.
Oh, I'm making them. I done sat down, and I done been in the oven, man, in the laboratory, seeing who's who. And I've been laser focused, man, so I'm excited about this week's game. So Saturday, January 21st, we've got the Jaguars, number 4 Jaguars at the number 1 Kansas City Chiefs. That's the first game at 4:30 Eastern time on NBC. I'm excited just about to see, Patty Mahomes, which I think may be the greatest quarterback in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's got a bag that's deep. The reason why I say that is because, they've taken his number 1 receiver away, and he's still cooking. You know what I'm saying? He's still cooking.
He got the number 1 tight end in football, though.
Still cooking. Still cooking. And he's making other people out there look great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's making other people out there look great. Here's where I think the Jaguars' luck's run out. You know what I'm saying? This is also one of those games that I don't see being close. If there's any game that I say this weekend that's not going to be close, there's only two of them that I'm picking. It's not going to be close. It's going to be, this was my first one. I'm going ahead and going with Patty and the Chiefs for the dub on this one. And I think the score, I told y'all I was doing stuff different. I call this score 38-14. 38-14.
So they cover in your book.
The reason why I say that, and I'm gonna tell you, last three quarterbacks the Jaguars defense faced have thrown over 300 yards. Y'all do know that. So Mahomes is gonna go. Mahomes is gonna go.
Trevor Lawrence didn't just throw 300.
Yeah, no. So the last
talk about who they faced.
I mean Herbert didn't just throw 300.
Yeah, I think Herbert went for 300.
I think he went for 305.
Last three quarterbacks they faced went for 300, starting with that. So
all right, y'all, I'm gonna look because I want to be.
Check that out. But anyway, like I said, I still picked the Chiefs 38-14. That's my score. It's on you, G.
So I'm gonna say this: the Jacksonville Jaguars are really, to be honest, a poor man's version of the Kansas City Chiefs.
He threw for 273.
273. Close.
No, Tate was right. You ain't close. Tate was right.
The Jacksonville Jaguars is a poor man's version of the Kansas City Chiefs. Offensively, they are explosive. Ingram, Kirk, Jones, they got hitters. Travis Etienne in the backfield, they're a poor man's version of them. The difference is that Mahomes has peaked as being at the apex, and Trevor's on his way up the mountain. But I think the game's going to be close. 7 points if Lawrence doesn't throw any picks, has no turnovers. Every turnover that Lawrence has add points to Kansas City. So it's a 7-point win if Kansas City wins, with him having no problems. But if he throws 2 picks, that could balloon up to 21 real fast.
Real fast.
So I like Kansas City, but it's going to be a lot closer game than what a lot of people think. So give me the Chiefs for sure.
All right, Tate, what you got, man?
Man, y'all both right with your assessments outside of Justin Herbert not throwing for 300. Everything else y'all said been right. But Andy Reid off a bye, he like the best coach off a bye since they instituted the bye week.
Yeah,
I think it's something like that.
He's only got 2 losses off the bye.
Okay, and he's been coaching for like 24 years.
Yeah.
But I see all the reasons to pick Kansas City, but you know what? I'm a man to bet with my money, man. And I bet $50 on all 4 games. It just so happened this game that I got Jacksonville. So I said you got to make a move. If you're going to make a move, I got Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars in the upset.
Wow.
Hey, wow.
Man.
So just know every team I pick for the rest of the next 3 games, I got money on them teams.
I know. So you just told us that. Got it. Duly noted. Man, listen. The next game we have the Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a harder game, and I think this is the hardest game for me to pick this week because my heart tells me one thing, but my head is saying, hey, this is where you need to go. I understand we have played these 2 teams have played each other 3 times now. And the second time the Giants first string offense didn't play. The defense did, but their first team offense didn't. And so you've got more stuff on film for Brian Daboll. And Brian Daboll, I think, has really showed that he can game plan for certain people. So I think that this is going to be a close one. My head says Philly. right? My heart says the Giants, and I hate, if anybody who knows me know that if there's a team in the NFL I don't like, it's the Giants. It's anybody who knows me will tell it. And I'm telling you, I'm so close to picking the Giants in this game. But I'm gonna pick the Eagles by 3. I think it's gonna be 24-21. But I would not be surprised if that's reversed and it's the Giants that beat the Eagles. I really want to go with my heart and say the Giants because I really believe that the Giants are gonna beat them. But I have to go with my head and say, Philadelphia is gonna win this game by 3, 24-21.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Mod said he's got his blowout game. I think this is my blowout game. I think the Eagles beat the Giants by at least 14 points. Jalen has had time to heal up, and that shoulder's feeling a whole lot better. And I think you're going to see the real Philadelphia Eagles show up and play in this game because they have one mission and one mission only. It's Super Bowl busted for them. They went through all of this, and Jalen getting hurt and going through the preseason, making sure they got the number 1 seed. They risked him at the last game of the year to make him play, to make sure that they got the number 1 seed. So it's Super Bowl or bust. The only catch about this is the Philadelphia Eagles coach, man. Something about that guy, man, it just don't sit right, man, with me. It's like when he gets tight, when he gets tight, he either starts. It's like he cringes up. So they need to get up early. So I look for AJ Brown to do some stuff. I look for them to run that zone read right down the Giants' throat.
And that's the only way. That's the only way,
yeah.
G. Because if I tell you one thing, if it's close, Giants win a close one. I'm telling you.
The Giants coach is the coach of the year.
It just is what it is.
He's the coach of the year without ifs, ands, buts about it. So he gets the most out of his team. So, but I am picking Philly though.
Tate, what we say, Tate.
Man, while you debating whether you betting with your heart, I'm betting with my money. And my money is green, my shirt is green, and the Eagles is green. Give me the Eagles in a slight runaway. I don't got 14, but I got like 31-21.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that's gonna be a tough. I'm telling you that's gonna be a tough game. We got too much on the film, man. Got too much on the film, and you got some vets out there that's playing.
But I think in order for the Giants to win, Saquon got to be able to go over 100. I don't think he goes over 100. You got in Dominican Sue, Linval Joseph. You got the big boy from Georgia. What's his name? Big G.
Well, let me say those guys are not the factors. Graham and Sweat were the factors during the game.
On the edge, I'm talking about stopping the run.
Let me deep dive with you. Graham and Sweat are the ones that have caused havoc against the Giants. I really believe that, and I'll call it right now. I'm calling it. So when you see it happen on the game, I said it. You're going to see Daniel Jones going to have about plus 60 rushing. Saquon's going to have about 85 to 100 rushing. That's how this game's going to stay close. I just don't know if I don't know if it's going to. I'm telling you, they're not gonna let Daniel Jones sit back there because Sweat had 3 sacks last game. No, Graham had 3 sacks last time they played him, the first time that they played him, and Graham had 2.5. Sweat had 2.5 last time they played him.
Well, so I think that's the key to this game. You stop Saquon. You don't worry about Daniel Jones. You make Daniel Jones pass to beat you. You trust Slay and Bradbury back there in the secondary. And you make sure you stop the run. You can get after Daniel Jones, and then they're gonna have a spy on him. But you stop the run, Saquon up front, and then you have a spy on Daniel Jones, make him stay in the pocket and pass that ball to beat you.
That's the difference in the game too, Tate, because the bottom line is, and Philadelphia Eagles have AJ Brown, Quiz Watkins, and Devontae Smith. Who's the guys that Daniel Jones is throwing the ball for the Giants? Dallas Goedert.
Some dude named Rick James.
Yeah. They ain't got
That's all I know. Rick James.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky out there getting busy, man. You know what I'm saying? Ricky out there getting busy. And I'm gonna tell you, I guess my thought process goes here. The Giants are not built to come from behind. So like G said, if the Giants get up early, the Eagles get up early, that's a problem. I don't see them coming back. That's a big problem. So the next game we got is the Cincinnati game. That's going to happen. They're at the Bills at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Let me tell you, Cincinnati's down 3 linemen. 3. When Joe Burrow gets sacked 4 times, they are over. They lose. They're losing big. It's a blowout game. Definitely the Bills are going to take them to the woodshed. It's over. Joe Burrow's going to go fishing. I got the Bills in this game. The Bills will put up 40. It'll be like 40-21, 40-27, something like that. The Bills going to put up a 40 piece on them boys. And it's going to happen. Easy, because they're going to have the ball most of the game. The ball is going to be in the Bills' hands. They can't protect Joe Burrow. So I got the Bills in this game.
Yeah. My heart and everything in me wants me to pick the Cincinnati Bengals. I picked the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl. 3 offensive linemen is a lot. That's a lot, right? But the issue is Joe Burrow has Josh Allen's number. He's got his number. Joe Burrow knows how to beat this guy, right? My big problem is which Josh Allen is going to show up. Is it going to be the Josh Allen that's going to play big, or is it the Josh Allen that's going to turn the ball over 1 or 2 times? So I'm weighing that between the Bengals with no line and the best 11 personnel in football versus Josh Allen at full strength, minus Von Miller. I got to go with the Buffalo Bills, but I think it will be the closest game out of all the games. It'll come down to who has the ball last. Whoever has the ball last between Buffalo and Cincinnati will win this game. And I got to take the Bills, but my heart wants to take the Bengals real bad. I want to take the Bengals real bad because I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. So give me the Buffalo Bills, man.
Well, if you're side betting on some stuff and you're going over under, and you're saying, what's the over under that there's going to be a pick in this game, 0.5 picks by Josh Allen, he's going to throw one. I want you to know, just go ahead, take that one to the bank. If you're going to bet in Vegas, hey, bet that. He's throwing one. That's going to happen this week. Take what you got, man.
Man, I think Josh Allen got sacked himself last week about 3 or 4 times by the Dolphins. Almost lost to Skylar Thompson.
He did.
So the Bills was my pick early in the year, but again, going with my money, man. Going with my money. Got my money on Joe Burrow. How it worked out. Dude, I bet with on Saturday, he got to get a favorite. I got to get a favorite. Then we picked the teams. We picked the other teams on Sunday. So yeah, man, I think Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times last year against the Tennessee Titans and won the game.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, man, Joe Burrow just much more cool under pressure than Josh Allen. Yeah, Josh Allen had that one game against Kansas City last year, and it was a great game, great comeback, but his defense lost it for him, and he really ain't done a lot since then. He get panicked, he run, he throw the ball in the double coverage because he got a gun, he can gun it, and he just plays a sloppy game. He gonna get stats because he's a playmaker. He can run the ball, he can throw for 3 tubs, but same game he throw for 3 tubs and run for 70. He also fumbled once and throw 2 interceptions.
Yeah,
like I said, you can take it to the bank. He's gonna throw an interception. He's throwing one. It may even throw a pick 6. It's in his nature. But I guarantee you, they'll get on top, and there'll be some times where Joe Burrow is going to get. I feel sorry for Joe Burrow. Down 3 linemen. In the playoffs, you don't even know these guys. Pro Football Focus got these guys rated in the 50s. Yeah. It's hard, bro. You got.
Hey, you on mute. Yeah.
I said Von Miller not coming through that door. Now they do have some young rushers, You know, they got the boy from Houston. What's his name?
Ed Oliver.
Ed Oliver. He nice. Yeah. They got Russo on the end.
Miami Hurricanes.
Milano is still there at linebacker.
So is Trey Edmonds. And so is Edmonds. Yeah. Edmonds, not Trey Edmonds, but Edmonds.
Buffalo struggles against the run. Joe Mixon has a big game. And Jamar Chase goes for 80 in a tub. Cincinnati wins the game.
That's a good pick. Tate, I want to pick it bad, man, but I got to go with the Bills. Man, I want to pick that bad, though.
Love it. Last game of the weekend is the game of the weekend. We got the Cowboys, number 5, at the number 2 49ers. This is a long one. And I got to say what I have to say because I've been deep diving and really checking this out. Now,
have you been checking it out like without bias though?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Last year, the Cowboys came into the San Francisco game much like the San Francisco 49ers come into this game. They had a lot of wins, but they were fluff. If you look at San Francisco's schedule, they played one of the weakest schedules in the league. They have actually played 2 great defenses, 2 of the top 10 defenses. They did. They played 2 of the top 10 defenses in Tampa Bay and Washington. But
Tampa Bay got the top defense?
Tampa Bay has the top 10 defense.
Wow.
Yes. Yep. But the gist of the matter is the offense wasn't there with those 2 teams. The only team that they have beat this season, Dallas is 4-2 against the 8 teams that are in the actual playoffs. That Dallas has beat the Bengals. Dallas has beat they lost to the Jaguars. They beat the Eagles and they beat the Giants, right? So when you look at it, Dallas has played the hardest schedule. So they're 4-2 against them. And I know that as we're starting to look at this whole thing, we have a rookie quarterback on the other side. We have a rookie quarterback in Brock Purdy, who I watched play at I actually watched him play at Iowa State. And one thing I will say is Iowa State truly fell out after him and the running back that's at the Jets right now. I forget his name. Man, what's my guy's name over at the Jets? He got hurt midway during the season. I'll think of his name in the second. Breece Hall. You know, definitely those 2 guys teamed up. But there's one thing about Brock Purdy that he hasn't seen. He hasn't seen a whole bunch of middle blitzes. He hadn't seen a disguised zone blitz, nor has he seen a designed one-man single high safety blitz where you're in man and it looks like they're about to play zone. Brock Purdy is about to get confused. One of the things that you saw, and anybody, y'all can agree with me on this, I know y'all can, is that we confused the GOAT. We all call Tom Brady the GOAT, and we confused him. And if you can confuse one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever plays this game, I believe you're going to make Brock Purdy look like a rookie. Christian McCaffrey in this game is going to have about 70 yards rushing. CMC is going to have about 70 yards rushing. He's not going to get busy in the short passing game. Debo's going to be in the contain, and Ayuk is going to be in the contain. Kittle is going to be the other one that kind of gets off. But I think, again, at the end, you got 2 great safeties who will make sure that, he's not going to get much. Curse and Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson are going to make sure they don't get nothing. And then you got Izzy playing. He's playing our nickel piece over there as well. He's 6'4", really big, really rangy. And you're not going to have an opportunity to get in those windows like you would normally have those open windows and that he's been throwing in this whole time. So the reason why I had this score and I have this confidence in my mind is that, Shanahan and Quinn coached together in Atlanta. Shanahan knows Quinn. Quinn knows Shanahan. Shanahan's aggressive, and he likes using your aggression against you. Quinn knows that. So there's a lot of chess matching that's going to go on. And if I say it's not the 49ers offense as a whole, it's the quarterback. And I think we're going to make Brock Purdy look like a rookie this week. Cowboys I said Originally, the Cowboys by 14. Cowboys win this game by 10. It's definitely going to be like a 24-14 game. I can see it getting to 14, but I'm going to say by 10, 24-14, Cowboys win.
I had to hide my face the whole time, just like Mod's going to be hiding his face the whole time after this game is over with. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you really what's going down and where the game's going to be won and lost. There's 4 letters I have for Mod come Sunday. B-O-S-A. Bosa. Bosa is going to make you see really what Dak Prescott is. They're going to put Ward one-on-one with 88, CeeDee Lamb, you got him, and the rest of the 10 is going to play defense against them. The San Francisco 49ers was the number 1 defense in the NFL against the run. 77 yards a game. That's all they gave up all year.
Who did they play, son?
They played 3 of the top 10 rushing teams, just like the Dallas Cowboys.
No, sir.
Played 3 of the top 10 rushing teams.
They gave up to the Raiders. They gave up 135 yards.
They played 3 of the top 10. They played.
But to the Raiders, they gave up 135 yards.
They played 3 of the top 10, just like the Dallas Cowboys.
But
played 3 of the top
am I right? Did they give up 135 yards?
They averaged 77.
I'm asking you a question.
I don't want to. I didn't interrupt you. Let me finish. You went on a rant for 10 minutes to tell me how the Cowboys going to win. The San Francisco 49ers, you can look it up, average 77 yards per game. They're not giving up no more than 77 against the Dallas Cowboys. So that means Dak has to beat them by throwing the ball to Dalton Schultz, to Noah Brown, to Michael Gallup, and to T.Y. Hilton. Dak Prescott is going to throw a pick. He's probably going to throw 2 because Warner is going to put the fear of God in him. And Bosa, once he gets home, all he got to get home is 1 time. And the rest of the time, you looking over his shoulder because you know he's coming. The game will be won because the 49ers defense executes against the Dallas Cowboys. The San Francisco 49ers will win this game 31-17 on their way to the NFC Championship game. San Fran 49ers. Tate, you ready?
Yeah, man. I'm just enjoying listening to y'all, man. There's some validity to what Ma said about San Francisco's schedule. I mean, they last 6 games since Purdy been starting, been against Miami, Tampa Bay. They whooped Tampa Bay.
Miami no tour.
They whooped Tampa Bay worse than y'all did last week. They beat Tampa Bay 35-7. Seattle was a playoff team. Washington was fighting. The Raiders, I think they had a letdown against the Raiders. And Arizona, with their second, third string quarterback. And Dallas, tougher because Dallas beat 3 teams with 10 plus wins. San Francisco won. San Francisco beat San Diego or Los Angeles Chargers.
Los Angeles, yeah.
Dallas beat Minnesota. They beat Philadelphia. They beat Cincinnati.
And the Giants.
Giants got 10 wins. Giants got 10 wins. I said they beat 3 teams with 10 wins.
10 plus. Yeah, 10 plus.
No.
Yeah.
Giants only got 10 wins.
Right. But they beat 3 teams with 10 plus wins. You're right. Keep going. You're right. Yeah.
So and the way Dallas played on Monday night, man. But all they did was what they supposed to do. I mean, we was thinking Goat might get him. But I mean, we are what we thought they are. Tampa Bay was an 8-win, 8-9 division championship winner. Dallas went in there and handled their business accordingly, just like they're supposed to. It ain't gonna be so easy going to San Francisco. Now I think it'll be a game, but I think forget what Dan Quinn doing. Dan Quinn got fired. Kyle Shanahan ain't been fired. And Kyle Shanahan draws some stuff up, and he got Debo healthy, Christian McCaffrey, Ayuk, Kittle, and hey, you know what? Christian McCaffrey need a break. Bring in what's his name? the backup Mitchell, Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell.
Bring him in. If you Big G, bear with me. Last year, I think it was, San Francisco played a playoff game where Jimmy G only passed 8 times.
Yep.
They just ran it down the throat.
Yeah.
Because Kyle Shanahan can draw. And if I remember correctly, Dallas defensive problem wasn't the pass, even though they've been getting burnt lately on the other side of Trayvon Diggs. It was the run.
Right.
So if San Francisco can come in there and establish the run game and take some of the pressure off Purdy, I got the 49ers winning. It's going to be close. Not going to be no blow. It's going to be, I got it being 21-17 San Francisco.
I like it. So we picked the same score, just in the opposite. Well, actually, no, I said 24-14. I will say this to you. We got Jonathan Hankins back. We got Neville Gallimore back. Those are our run stoppers up front as far as the defensive tackles are concerned. The other thing that I was saying to G is that they gave up 135 to the Raiders, gave up 99 to Justin Fields by himself. This is not an impenetrable defense. It's not. And
how much did Justin Fields rush for against the Dallas Cowboys?
Travarius Ward, I just need you to understand.
Travarius Ward, Justin Fields had like 160 against the Cowboys.
Okay, but hold on. Travarius Ward is not who you think he is. He gave up 100 yards receiving last week against your boy number 14. You know what I'm saying? For the Seahawks.
And now that I even think about it, Josh Jacobs led the NFL in rushing, so he ran on everybody.
Well, no,
but Justin Fields
so I looked at the box score. See, I'm prepared. I'm the know-it-all that knows it all. I looked at the box score. Josh Jacobs had 52 yards. The rest of that it was a combined rushing effort against them. They still gave up 135 yards in total. They kept Jacobs in check, but outside of that, here's what I'm saying.
Jacobs had 69.
The same thing the 49ers can do when they can. What you have to understand, offensively, they got a lot of pieces. Number one, they do, and
they're the most pieces in the NFL.
And they could go 12. They could jump out in 11 personnel, but it looked like 12. So you putting your linebackers in space and safeties in space against bigger people, and that's what gets hard. But we're jumping out here in a double nickel and 3 safeties, and you got 3 safeties on the field. That changes the playing field altogether. This isn't just some cockamamie scream that I'm doing as a fan. I really done sat down on it. I done reviewed tape, and I'm looking at the tape.
Hey,
what I'm telling you is
that
when it comes down to it, Brock Purdy has not seen the type of chess games that he's about to get. And you can have weapons all day, but if you don't got the time to get it to him, you're going to be confused. Now, what you said about Dak, the 2 picks, I'm going to tell you like this. Purdy will have 2 and be sacked 3 to 4 times. That's a guarantee.
Dak gonna get 2 picks.
I put this on film.
Sacks too.
I put this on film. Dak probably won't be sacked maybe with twice. But I'm going to tell you something.
BOSA?
Oh, but
BOSA?
What's going to end up happening is
BOSA.
You got to understand.
He's coming.
He can keep coming. He coming against Tyron though. He coming to just no.
So who you think gonna stop Michael on the other side? Trent Williams, the best tackle in football.
He's not coming against. Oh well, our rookie.
Matter of fact, the 49ers have the best offensive line in football.
Not in the middle. Not in the middle.
Oh,
that's their problem.
Philly do. 49 might be second.
And in the middle,
so 49ers second.
The 49ers guards are where they're weak at. Pressure up the middle is gonna bust a pipe. Listen. I did my research. I'm not just out here talking. I did this. This is what I did.
Hey, Ma, I do think it's a slight element of your fandom that's here with us though.
Hey, I mean, you know how the crazy thing is I predicted the score almost to I predicted 31-17 against Tampa Bay, right? And y'all saying it's no way. I almost pegged it.
What was the final score?
That clock is right twice a day.
I had that same feeling.
What was the final score?
It was 31-14.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, and you was. I thought about when I was watching. Like my called a blowout, but then, like I said, they did what they was supposed to do. Though they ain't do nothing special when you look back at it.
That's moving the goalposts. When you expect them to win, you did what they were supposed to do. They came out, they played a game. They played out and played a game. And
they played a great game.
Here's the thing about the Cowboys that you need on it. This ain't the last year's dispensation of the Cowboys. This ain't these boys hate losing. Period. And Dak, you got to understand a bit about Dak. Dak has to play with his back against the wall, or he's just uninterested. That's when you see Dak just not, just be out here, la, 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 throwing picks and stuff when he's uninterested. His back is against the wall. He wants to win. And it's the same thing that Micah said. And this is the thing that gives me confidence. Micah said, you know what? We got to slay a three-head dragon. You were going to have to play these boys anyway. Why not be now? I want them. This is the script that we had written. We want them. To get to where we going, we want them. To get to where this team is going, we want them. And again, like I said, the chess matches are going to be on. And Dan Quinn, I think, wins those chess matches against Kyle Shanahan. He does.
I hear you, but all I'm going to keep saying is, ladies and gentlemen, know it all land, remember, BOSA.
I love it. I love
Bosa.
it. You guys, let me ask you this. As far as the Monday night playoff game, do you think that that's going to be done again? You think that they're going to do that ever again?
No. Not the only way they would do a Monday night playoff game is it would have to be the best matchup that you saw all year in the regular season, or like somebody like Tom Brady probably playing their last game. That was the whole issue for Brady. It was everybody knew it was Brady's last game. So, that's why they put it on prime time. Payday, what Payday say? Put that back up there. What'd you say, Pay?
Hey. Mike McCarthy said Mike McCarthy said it himself. TV rules everything. As long as they got Super Wild Card Weekend and it's 6 games, one of them going to be on Monday night. Now,
you think?
Yeah, moving forward. Yeah. Now, it's the money. Is it fair to the team? Like Dallas played Monday, San Francisco played Saturday. Dallas got to travel. It's not fair. But when you get to this point of the season and this point of the playoffs, ain't no excuses.
Yeah, we ain't talking about fair at this point. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Fair ain't in the equation. It's about football.
Yeah, but that, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it over and over. Ma's gonna be hearing it in his dreams. BOSA, Bosa.
Hey, it's coming.
He's coming. Bosa.
I mean, the 49ers. Listen, the
49ers. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Man, Pay don't be knowing what he's talking about sometimes.
No. ESPN had to do that last game because that's Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. They had to get it in. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. The same way Bosa's on one side, you got Mike on the other. And you can't. I'm gonna tell you, Micah's dang it. I'm gonna tell you, Micah is better than Bosa, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, stop it!
Has Bosa been? Hold on. Has Bosa been all pro at linebacker and defensive end?
Joey Bosa.
Has Bosa been all pro?
Is about to win Player of the Year.
Has Bosa been all pro?
Has Micah won Defensive Player of the Year?
Nick Bosa don't play linebacker though. Let's just be fair. That's not even a fair assessment.
Nicky is about to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Listen, if you're a linebacker, if you're an all pro linebacker who can be an all pro defensive end.
Stop it.
That's a better player to me.
Stop it.
I can use you better. I would want him over Bosa.
Nicky Bosa is about to win the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Stop it. Stop it.
There's no way you can tell me. He's the best
guy in the league.
Let me tell you something. Any dude with football acumen at all, anybody who got some football acumen and knowledge,
Nicky Bosa is the best defensive.
will tell you if
He's
a
the
player,
best defensive
you ain't
player in the
seen,
league.
you ain't, hold on, G. You ain't seen that since Lawrence Taylor and Derek Thomas. Somebody who can play linebacker and can turn right back around and play defensive end and can be out in the pass covering wide receivers. Come on,
Lawrence Taylor and Derek Thomas both played in 3-4 defenses, so they was outside linebackers, but edge rushers. So yeah, by title they linebackers. TJ Watt's a linebacker, but we don't expect him to be an off-ball linebacker.
Correct. Bosa plays in a 4-3
but
on
guess
press
what?
side.
Micah can do that.
So that means he's getting a double time team every time, and he still led the league in sacks.
How good are you? How good are you when you can line up as a linebacker and be all pro, and then line up as an edge rusher and be all pro?
How good are you when you can't be blocked?
But I think in all fairness, Bosa played one position. Micah Parsons, he's a chess piece. They do moving, which makes him really valuable because he's versatile. But he got all pro his first year playing linebacker because of the sacks that he got.
Correct.
He got
about to win Defensive Player of the Year.
And then turned right back around and got all pro at the edge rusher.
Because of the sacks that he got. Same thing, though.
In other words, what I'm saying is he's unblockable wherever you put him.
Nicky's unblockable.
Nah, because he was a linebacker by name only his first year. And when they wanted to, they moved him on the edge so he could rush. He was their best rusher in his first year.
Yeah.
So I mean, he wasn't like he was blitzing from the middle linebacker spot and getting sacks. No.
Correct.
He did that.
And there's no.
He might have got one or two, but that wasn't where he's lined up when he was getting his sacks.
It was on the edge. He was getting home.
It. And I guarantee he line up at middle linebacker this game and come straight from the middle. But man, listen, I'm having so much fun. But go ahead, G.
BOSA. Both.
I hear you. We have a lot of fun.
You did it the other day. You said, why everybody hate on the Cowboys? Remember your Facebook post the other day? I commented on it. I said, it's for stuff like this why people hate on the Cowboys.
Exactly.
Because you come in there big boss talking.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but when you back it up, it is what it is. I'll see y'all Victory Monday. I'll be in here taking victory formations. On Monday. I will. I'll go ahead and take a kneel down on Monday so y'all know it. Our parting shots, man. G, give me your parting shot.
My parting shot this week for the KnoitAllZ is that even though it's the playoff time, I'm more excited for the NFL draft than anything. I've sat down and I've started doing my evaluation on players so that way I'll be ready for when we actually do the show about the NFL draft. I think this is going to be one of the deepest offensive drafts probably in the last 10 years. I like the positions, and I really do think there's going to be a couple of big blockbuster trades with either players moving in the league or draft picks moving in the league. And hear me out. This is my hot take. The Bears might move Justin Fields. I could see it going down. I could see the Bears moving, picking a quarterback, and getting a haul for Justin Fields. I wouldn't be shocked. So
it's Justin Fields worth more than the first overall number one pick?
They have the number one overall pick, but they can
That's
trade
what I'm asking.
Justin. I don't know.
They can trade the number one pick, or is Justin Fields worth more trading him?
I think that a team like the Jets, or a team like the Colts, or a team like the Dolphins, or a team like the Raiders that is desperate to get a franchise quarterback would give them the haul. They would get more than than Cleveland gave up for Deshaun Watson. They would get more for him. So I wouldn't, and then I look for them to turn around and pick a quarterback with the pick, but then have enough draft picks and pieces to go all around them. So I wouldn't be shocked if Justin Fields does get traded.
But why not trade the pick and get all them draft picks to put pieces around Justin Fields?
I think you could get more for Justin.
Okay.
I think Justin's a proven commodity. A pick is
there's going to be
here or there.
There's going to be some picks that happen secretly, because people have to get in their contract will get paid in February. So and the draft happens afterwards. So there's going to be some secret trades made real fast. So I don't know, but take your parting shot.
Big G,
what's happening?
Would you trade Kenny Pickett for Justin Fields?
Yes.
I think I would too. But anyway, my parting shot, man. I don't have a lot. I'm just gonna keep it 100 real, man. I want the Dallas Cowboys to lose, so I don't got to hear Mod's mouth until next preseason about they going to the Super Bowl. They a 14-win team and everything else.
Right.
I don't usually hate, but man, some cats got to humble themselves. And I bet on the Bengals, so I had to pick them. But I could have went the same way with B Dirt with the Bengals, but I picked them because I got my money on them. But B Dirt ain't bad as Mod though. Mod need a big old slice of what kind of pie, Big G?
Humble
pie.
I mean, I don't understand how you're saying that when I'm speaking from an educated vantage point. I mean, the things that I'm speaking on are just truth. They're not. I'm not sitting here and just being some fan. I'm telling you what the numbers say. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. If this Cowboys team had played week schedule, y'all would be talking about how weak, because you did it last year. Y'all would be talking. The thing about this whole thing for me is y'all moved the goalpost. When we beat San Francisco, y'all gonna say, well, you beat a rookie quarterback.
I'm not gonna say that.
I'll beat a rookie quarterback. Oh, when we beat Tampa Bay, it was like, oh, but the GOAT didn't have no. Y'all were supposed to beat him.
Oh, hey, check this out.
If we were supposed to beat him, why did you beat him? Why did you play against them? Why
check
did you
this
bet
out.
against them?
If Dallas beat San Fran, Dallas going to Super Bowl. Oh, I'm telling you straight up. I ain't moving to goalposts. They going to Super Bowl.
They not beating Philly in Philly. We finally get to see Jalen Hurts versus Dak Prescott.
Okay,
that's gonna be a
Philly
game.
Gonna take that game. It's not going to be a game. It's not going to be a game because it's not going to happen.
That's going to be a game.
Exactly.
That's going to be a game. And I think it may not happen because the Philly may be out of here. From the Giants may get them. So, hey, listen, my parting shot is Deion out here doing it. Deion is out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? He did it twice. He went and got the #1 rated cornerback twice. And I'm going to tell you, it ain't over. Me and G were talking about this. There's some players that are gonna come, right before school, and when they open up the portal again. When does the portal open up again, G?
May 3rd.
So when the portal open up again, you're gonna see him get some more offensive and defensive linemen in that hall. But right now, man, I'm gonna tell you, he got some cold pieces. He may have the best secondary in college football right now.
I agree.
Right now. You know what I'm saying? And the kid that he flipped from Miami was so good that Miami's whole coaching staff came up to the school on signing day looking for him. And the kid was in Colorado. Mm-hmm. That's how, you know what I'm saying? And Deion was on the balcony, dancing the flip, game over. Little flip, game over. I said, you know what? Deion a cold piece, man. He a cold piece. But yeah, man, honestly, if he can pull off, my parting shot is if he can pull off some more linemen, because he's gonna need some help in the trenches. And they do what they're doing right now, getting everybody acclimated to that altitude. Because if you could play race car in that altitude, man, hey, you're gonna beat some teams you shouldn't beat.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna beat some teams. Have to come to that altitude. And I remember, the Cowboys were talking about going to Mile High. A lot of the Cowboys were saying, man, when you go to Denver, you don't realize how it does your breathing. So it's like running that race car and running it in Colorado. I think Deion's gonna surprise some folks this year, man. He really is. But I'm proud of what Deion is doing right there, man. In the Colorado Buffalo nation right there. Man, I like to thank you guys for just hanging out with us, man, and being with us here, man. Definitely, it's been a great time. Football is almost over. And don't worry, KnoitAllZ know a lot about basketball too, man. And there's a whole bunch coming from us when we talk about basketball. And we're going to get into some of it, real quick before, after the playoff games or in between the playoff games on Sunday. As for myself, as for Tate, and as for G, man, we gonna holler at y'all. Peace.